Very few accountants and bookkeepers really understand e-commerce. You think it's about managing inventory, and that alone is complicated enough, but it goes way beyond that. Now you might be thinking, okay, we're selling on Amazon, we're selling on Shopify, let's just get the apps in place that we need to grab the sales from those distribution channels and import them into QuickBooks Online. Should be an easy job, but here's the problem with that thinking. You're flying straight past the most important thing, which is the accounting fundamentals. If you start using e-commerce apps to run the accounting for an e-commerce company without really understanding the accounting fundamentals, then you're almost guaranteed to have a mess on your hands when it comes time to start running reports like the balance sheet and the profit and loss statement. Years ago, I was actually criticized by one of my colleagues for putting quote-unquote too much emphasis on the reports. But here's the thing. The whole point of putting all this time and energy and effort and even money into compiling a set of books for any company, and certainly e-commerce, is to be able to get accurate and reliable data out of that system, which means reports. And e-commerce companies in particular rely heavily on not just getting this information and, of course, not just having it be reliable and accurate, but being able to get it quickly. They're up against stiff competition, and they're up against a very constantly and frequently evolving marketplace that they have to keep up with. And the only way they can do that well is with timely and accurate data. That means the data not only has to be there in the reports, but it has to be there quickly. Not a month later, which, by the way, is how many bookkeeping processes work. We wait for the month to end, and then we reconcile the statements and provide clients with the reports. With e-commerce, we need things much faster than that. And so, yeah, the reports are very important to me. My name is Seth David, and many of you know me as the chief nerd and founder of Nerd Enterprises Incorporated. I work with many accountants and bookkeepers with groups like my 97 and Up Mastermind group. And one thing I often do, or frequently do with people, is help them identify their niche or their specialty in terms of who they want to work with as accountants and bookkeepers. And one area that I often recommend is e-commerce for the same reason that I got into it originally. There is very high demand for accountants and bookkeepers who can serve e-commerce companies, and very short supply. This is Economics 101. High demand and short supply means the prices go up. Like almost anything in life, the greater the effort you put in, the greater reward that you get out of it. And since most businesses will be e-commerce companies over the next 5 to 10 years, learning how to service those companies as an accountant or bookkeeper makes a ton of sense. Where e-commerce is concerned, I teach accountants and bookkeepers how to get e-commerce companies set up, cleaned up, maintained, and moving forward smoothly within 2 months if you follow my instructions. And if you follow my instructions, your books will be bulletproof, which means you'll be able to run a balance sheet and a profit and loss, and you'll be able to prove any number in those financial statements. In short, your books will hold up under any scrutiny. One of the most stressful things an accountant or bookkeeper ever has to face is having your client question the integrity of the books that you've compiled for them, only to realize that you actually did make a mistake. And then realizing this, the client starts wondering what else might be wrong. When I had my first e-commerce client years ago, he had a lot of stakeholders breathing down his neck for reliable information, which meant he was breathing down my neck for the same thing. So I really had to work hard to make sure that I could prove every number to him. Sure enough, the time came when my client Mendel actually wanted to dig deeper with me, and he wanted to know specifically, how do I know that everything's accurate? How do I know that I've accounted for every sale and every sales channel and every payment he'd received? So I said, let's do this. Let me have you come on a Zoom with me, and I'll share my screen, and I'll walk you through my process. Now, this is the process that I have now come to refer to as my e-commerce accounting workflow, which is essentially my process for how I get an e-commerce company set of books bulletproof. And I walked Mendel through that process, and by the time I was done showing him exactly how I verify every single number for every sale on every sales channel, to every payment that got applied to every sale on each sales channel, to make sure that we didn't miss a single thing, he was blown away. And now not only did he sort of stop asking more questions, but I could tell right away that his level of confidence in me had increased. It had gone through the roof because he had now seen firsthand that I wasn't just willy-nilly winging it I actually had a process for verifying and checking, and that comes from my audit background, knowing how important it is to be able to verify every number, because I go into these things assuming that I'm going to be scrutinized by first my client, second any banks that might want to lend him money, and third, and maybe most importantly, potential investors who he might be working with to raise money to help grow his company. Bottom line, if anything is missing anywhere, my e-commerce accounting workflow has a way of flushing it out. So something will not reconcile, something will be off if there's anything missing. Most businesses' books are not accurate. The bookkeepers who work on them are either inexperienced or lazy or both, so they push numbers through, or they just don't know what they're doing and they don't want to get embarrassed. And so they take shortcuts. That's why Mendel came to me in the first place. He had been through 4 bookkeepers, and even though he didn't understand accounting, he knew that his numbers weren't accurate. He knew they couldn't have been. And most business owners have at least that much insight. So he came to me and asked me to take it on for him. And at first I turned him away because I said e-commerce is highly specialized and I don't honestly have the experience with it. But long story short, he convinced me to take him on as long as he understood that I was going to be learning on him. Now, sure enough, I had extensive accounting experience, so I knew the fundamentals well enough so that I could pretty easily wrap my head around what this needs to look like for e-commerce. But I was reluctant because, as I said, it was a learning curve for me, and it was going to take me some time to figure it out. Well, now years later, I've got it figured out, and coming soon, you're going to see some videos with comments from Mendel specifically about his experience working with me. And the most frustrating thing that accountants and bookkeepers can experience is you take on a client thinking, okay, it's easy enough, I can learn this, I can figure it out, only to find out that you're in over your head and you don't have the resources you need to get sort of above water there. And then after putting in a lot of work and effort getting the client, onboarding them, and getting things going, you do all that only to find that you lose the client because the client, frankly, realizes that you're at level 1 with this when what they need is somebody who's at level 3 or 4. Now, as I said, initially I turned Mendel away, but in the course of my sort of research, which I wasn't thinking of as research, but I was looking for somebody who could take him on, or where I could split the duties and they take care of the e-commerce part and I would take care of the general ledger, everything else. I started asking around the people that I knew in the accounting industry who were, known for working with e-commerce companies. And what I found in every single case of everyone that I spoke to was that I got essentially the same answer, that they would love to work with me, they would love to help me, but they're up to their eyeballs already in work and cannot take on another single client. Well, that's when I saw the opportunity, and as I mentioned earlier, this was the sort of case in point of this, is that there was clearly very high demand for accountants and bookkeepers who could serve e-commerce companies and very short supply. And that equals opportunity. That means that there's a space here for people to come in and learn to serve those clients, people like yourself. If you're watching this video, very likely that's what you're considering doing. And there's an opportunity there where the market is not too mature, it's not too saturated. In fact, there's a big need for people who have acquired these skills so that they can serve these kinds of clients, in particular e-commerce companies. Now, Mendel was a skeptic, and he should be, but as I said, when I showed him my e-commerce accounting workflow, he was blown away, and I could see that his confidence in me was increasing. And what do you think that did for me? It caused my confidence to shoot through the roof. I felt that much better about what I was doing, that I was on the right track, especially if I could convince a skeptic like Mendel that I had a very solid process that made him feel reassured that everything was accurate. It's really about what happens to the data after it gets pushed in from the apps, right? And this is why I go back to the accounting fundamentals. I can easily go in and set up apps and connect them and say push the sales through. But then when I look at that data and I see how it's hitting my balance sheet and my profit and loss, it all has to be accurate. It has to be flowing to the right place. So I'd better understand those accounting fundamentals first before I can go set up the apps. And then if something's wrong, I can find out, right? And the whole point of my e-commerce accounting workflow is that, as I said earlier, if anything's off, if anything's missing, my process will flush it out. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to have problems. It means you'll identify those problems quickly so that you can fix them. And now when your clients come to you with the same skepticism that Mendel came to me with, and they start asking you questions, and you can show them that you have this same solid process behind how you're compiling their books, not only will their confidence in you go up, and your confidence in yourself will in turn go up, but guess what happens next? And first I'll tell you why it happens, then I'll tell you what happens. Every e-commerce business owner that I know spends lots of time in various e-commerce forums online. They're constantly networking with other e-commerce business owners because they need information, they need help. And guess what probably happens a lot in those forums is somebody somewhere along the way is going to say, hey, I'm having trouble finding a good bookkeeper to help me. And if you've won the level of confidence in your own clients that I'm talking about, they're not going to hesitate for 2 seconds to give your information to that person and say, hey, I've got this great bookkeeper who really understands e-commerce and they do a bang-up job, and I'm very confident that my books are accurate. And that's how most accountants and bookkeepers get most of their business, by the way. As I said earlier, I work with a lot of accountants and bookkeepers, and every once in a while, I'll sort of poll them and ask them, how are you getting most of your clients? And 9.9 times out of 10, it's referrals. That's how most accountants get their business. So you really want to approach whatever niche you choose, whether it's e-commerce or something else, from the standpoint of learning how to do such a good job of it, learning how to win such a high degree of confidence on the part of your own clients that they can't help but actually even look for opportunities to make referrals and help you build your practice. So imagine running your accounting or bookkeeping practice specializing in an area like e-commerce, which means you know everything in and out about e-commerce. You're familiar with all the important sales channels and inventory management and all the other processes that are specific and largely unique to the e-commerce business, right? Now imagine doing such a good job that not only aren't your clients questioning your work, but instead they're coming to you and asking, what else can you do? I've had this happen to me when a client has been really happy with the work I'm doing. Usually, once we have a meeting, let's say, where we're reviewing reports and they're acknowledging this, one of the next things that evolves very naturally in the conversation, and they'll usually bring it up before I can, is they'll ask some kind of a version of the question, what else can you do for me? And that is the perfect invitation for me to suggest the next level from accounting and bookkeeping services, which of course would be CFO services, working with your clients on how to sort of look into the future and predict sales and expenses and use that to predict future cash flows and then plan accordingly. That's where you can add tremendous value to the client. That's where you get into what's called advisory services and, quite frankly, high ticket offers, which means you're making a lot more money and putting in a lot less time, right? Because it's not about the time at this level, it's about the value of the input, which is the advice you can give your client based on having really useful data that you can help them work with to make really important decisions about their company. And finally, you watch your practice blow up, like I said, because a lot of these e-commerce business owners hang out and spend a lot of time in forums, and that's likely to drive referrals, especially if they're really happy with the work you're doing. Funny thing is, at one point I had one client tell me he was afraid to make referrals to me because he was afraid I'd get too busy to pay attention to him. And I kind of turned that around and explained to him that, in fact, the more clients I had, the more time of mine it would actually free up, because then I can hire people to help me and so on and so forth. And you'll be able to do the same thing, and you'll be able to respond in the same manner when you're talking to these clients. And remember, high demand, short supply, which means pricing-wise, you're at the upper end in terms of any of the different industries you could choose to serve as an accountant or bookkeeper. We're talking probably bare minimum for a very simple e-commerce company, $1,500 a month in fees, but very quickly and easily up to $2,500, $3,500, even up to $5,000 per month as the companies get larger and more complex. So we're talking about very high fees already, and you can still streamline things and set up systems so that things work more efficiently. When you have the fundamentals in place and you really understand that stuff, then, as I've said, you'll plug in the apps and everything will be mostly automated. You know, the sales will process in the various distribution channels online. They'll flow into QuickBooks. Your job is just going to be to reconcile and verify everything to ensure its accuracy. That's it. So you'll be able to, frankly, make good money without having to put in the crazy hours that so many accountants and bookkeepers end up having to put in just to keep up. Now, in the next video, I'm going to explain to you the first step for how to get started with Bulletproof bookkeeping for e-commerce with QuickBooks Online. I'm going to talk to you about the formula that underlies everything I'm talking about when I reference my e-commerce accounting workflow. And you'll see how this formula is so simple, but when you keep it sort of top of mind as you're setting up the system, as you're setting up the company's chart of accounts and everything that you need to do, this simple formula that I'm going to share with you in the next video will make it so clear. And by the way, that's kind of one of my superpowers. It's what I'm known for, is making things really simple and easy to understand and work with. So stay tuned for the next video coming up. In the meantime, as I've mentioned, we're going to do a launch for this course coming up very shortly. And as part of the bonuses that I'm going to offer, you're going to have access to a community where you can ask questions 24/7. But there's also going to be some group coaching sessions. And in order for me to ensure that I can pay the right amount of attention to the people who join, I am going to limit the number of people who can sign up and get these bonuses. So the trick, if you're interested in making sure that you get the best opportunity to get in on this, is going to be to get on that early bird wait list that I've mentioned a few times. So just click the link below in the description of this video, or if you're reading the email, click it in the email and make sure you're on that early bird wait list. That means you'll get an email a day before the rest of the world does, letting you know that it's time to go sign up. And of course, that's when I'll fill you in and share with you, because I'll have it finalized by then in terms of all the bonuses, everything that's going to be offered with the launch of this course. So like I said, make sure you get on that early bird wait list and stay tuned for the next video on the first step.